Imagine your country turning on you. One day you're home, the next you're sent into a camp surrounded by barbed wire because of your heritage, not your actions. That was the reality for Satoye Ruth Hashimoto. Born in Seattle in 1913, later uprooted by war, and yet she rose to become a leader inside the camp, and then a peacemaker for decades after. Her story is one of injustice, resilience, and service. Ruth Hashimoto was born Satoye Yamada in Seattle in 1913. She later married and took the name Hashimoto. In 1942, following Executive Order 9066, her husband, her children, and she were forcibly relocated into an internment camp in Wyoming. Inside camp, Ruth didn't simply wait. She stepped into leadership. The camp's block manager system rarely included women, but Ruth became Block 6 manager. She witnessed firsthand the impact of war and prejudice, and she decided it couldn't happen again. While interned, Ruth Hashimoto organized education, community, and structure among the internees. According to records, in the Heart Mountain camp, she served in leadership roles despite being female in a system dominated by men. Because of her skill and education, she was released early to teach Japanese language classes at an Army intelligence language school at the University of Michigan. Her focus wasn't revenge, it was understanding. She taught, connected, reconciled. After the war, Ruth moved to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and joined the workforce at the Kirtland Air Force Base, working for nearly 25 years. She also helped set up the New Mexico chapter of the Japanese American Citizens League, JACL, and tutored nearly 100 immigrants, many Japanese Americans, to pass the U.S. citizenship exam. When she received her restitution payment for wartime internment, she donated half to the educational work of the JACL and half to other peace and citizenship charities. Her ethic turned personal injustice into public good. Ruth Hashimoto's activism extended into decades. She helped launch the Sister Cities International Program in New Mexico, worked with the United Nations Association, and supported Japanese American redress efforts. Awards followed. She was inducted into the New Mexico Women's Hall of Fame, received the JACL Humanitarian Award, the Emperor of Japan's Medal, and the Santa Fe Living Treasures recognition. For her, service wasn't about fame, but fixing the system so no one else repeats her experience. Why dig up this story now? Because Satoye Ruth Hashimoto's life intersects major themes: wartime injustice, internment, resilience, civic education, immigrant integration, and cross-cultural peace building. When we see her tutoring immigrants to citizenship or bridging Japanese American and broader Southwest communities, we see the power of turning trauma into action. Her message is clear. An individual marginalized by their country can still rebuild a community and safeguard against that injustice happening again. Satoye Ruth Hashimoto turned exile into empowerment, barbed wire internment into educational opportunity, forced incarceration into long-term peace leadership. Her story reminds us, injustice may confine us, but it cannot define our lives. If you found this story inspiring, hit like, subscribe for more hidden hero history videos, and tell us in the comments, what system would you help rebuild for justice? Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.